One of the main reasons I love web design is that you can get a dozen to 24 or so clients and build a healthy six-figure stable web design business without being in that feast and famine cycle of trying to find new client after new client after new client. But the trick is you've got to offer them something. You've got to add some value and do something to help keep your clients coming back to you. You've got to stay top of mind. And what I want to do in this video is share with you 3 strategies that are working right now in web design to help you keep your current clients coming back so they pay you over and over and over again. So again, you avoid the feast and famine of having to constantly find new clients. Strategy number 1 is to do a newsletter to your current clients. Now, I know the thought of emailing your clients all the time can be overwhelming, but you could do a newsletter once a month or at minimum once a quarter, so every few months, that just allows you to stay top of mind with clients. You could feature recent work, you could provide tips and actionable insights, you could share trends that are going on in web design, all to help your current clients grow their businesses. One of my students, Leanne, recently sent a quarterly newsletter, and check this out. She said she's wrapping up some projects and needed some more, so she sent out a newsletter to her current clients. She has 160 current clients on her email list. So she's not finding new clients. She's not posting on social media or necessarily doing lead generation. It's just to her current client base. And within a few hours, 2 leads came through. One is going to do a website redesign that she originally designed in 2019. Amazing example of what a newsletter can do. And this was just right after she sent it. So she may have even got more projects from that. And notice she got more work, more projects, but she didn't have to sell. She didn't have to find new clients because these folks already knew, liked, and trusted her. Now I'm going to show you what email she sent to get these new projects. So Leanne has graciously allowed me to share the actual email that she sent to land these projects. And it's her newsletter that she sends every quarter. So hers is more of a seasonal approach. So she starts out with happy fall. And then she says website checkup. She offers to check their website to see how things are going. And then there's a couple tips. There's a pro tip for how to drive traffic to her clients' websites. So it's more business related to help her businesses grow. And then she has an actual video on how to create a custom Google review link. This is content that is catered towards her type of clientele. And each one of these has a nice green call to action button to either watch the video or to hire her or to connect with her to get a little more information on that. And then she gets into some really cool stuff, which I highly recommend, which is some case studies like recent project launches and then a personal side of things. So she's a WordPress user. She shared that she went to WordCamp in Rochester, New York recently. Makes it nice and personal. The likability factor is there with her, just her clients getting to know her better. And then a little update on what's going on with her family and some things outside of work. Great example of how to craft a quarterly newsletter to send to your clients. And Leanne only has 160 on her list, but you could do this with 20 people on your list. It doesn't matter. Stay top of mind with your clients. If you can do a monthly newsletter, that's the best, but even a quarterly newsletter, as you see, works. And I highly recommend it. Add whatever you want to do, but a mix of insight, tips, trends of what's going on, and something personal to show what's going on outside of just your persona as their web designer. That's absolutely key. Strategy number 2 is a quarterly strategy call. Now, if that term sounds foreign, it's because this is something that's kind of new that's going on right now that I've seen work out really well for a lot of my students, including my student Lisa Williams. Her and her husband Steve have a business where I think they only have around the 40 range of clients, but they have a big push towards just keeping their current clients. They have wonderful repeat and recurring income. And what she started to do is that every quarter, she started offering strategy calls. And these are just open-ended calls that allow her to reconnect with clients, and they can ask her anything. They can talk personal, catch up, and then talk shop about what's going on with their business, how she can do some things on their website to help grow their business. And the genius thing about what Lisa has done here is that she is offering these calls in windows. So it's not like clients can book a call every few months whenever. She opens calls up for a 1 to 2 week period. And you'll see here in January when she opened these up, she had 7 clients, current clients, book their calls. And that led to $3,500 worth of work just after opening up these non-topical just calls, just catch-up calls. In April, she had 7 more clients sign up. That led to $2,500 worth of additional project. In July, she had a smaller count of 5 clients sign up for these calls, but it led to the biggest so far income flux and revenue influx of $4,200. And in October, more recently, she had 10 clients sign up because fall is a great time. That's when clients are primed to get going. 10 clients did these calls with her. That led to over $5,000 worth of additional work without finding new leads, without finding new clients, without posting to social media. This is just emailing her current list and just opening up some strategy calls. This, guys, tallies up to over $15,000 worth of additional projects that would not have been here for Lisa and Steve without her just opening up these strategy calls. So it's a wonderful strategy. I highly recommend that you consider. All you have to do is just use Calendly or something and have strategy calls that open up for 1 week or 2 weeks every quarter. And then that will lead to more work. So get going on that immediately. And then finally, strategy number 3, this is kind of a fun one, which is to have a thank you package of some sort. So my student Steve, when he's done with a web design project, he sends what he calls a thank you pack. And this is something I've done and I recommend in a lot of my offboarding processes, but he takes it to another level, which is why I wanted to feature this, by actually sending gifts in a mug made by local artisans. So he works with a lot of local clients. So he sends them a locally roasted coffee and then a mug and usually some more information with more businesses in the area. So it's a really cool, different approach to focus on clients and customers in the area. And you can connect a lot of businesses like this too, which is amazing. And of course, he does send a card with his additional services that their clients could use. And I've done something similar in the past. I used to send little sticky notes that would have my agency logo on there. And Post-it notes are awesome. Those are a great way to go. You could send your own branded apparel or coffee mug or something like that. I have a coaster right here from my friend James Rose with Content Snare. I was on his podcast and he sent me this. I think about James every day because he sent me this little gift. So those are great things, but I wanted to showcase what Steve is doing specifically because it's a next level back approach to really supporting local businesses, and your clients are going to know that. So I recommend doing something similar there as well. So those are 3 strategies. Number 1, a monthly or quarterly newsletter. Number 2, open up strategy calls every quarter. And number 3, send a thank you pack, something that really helps engage your clients because they will continue to come back to you over and over and over again. Now, these are just 3 strategies, but I've got some more for you. So below is a link to a recent podcast episode I have that has 10 full strategies. These are just 3 pulled from those 10. So that'll be below for you. I recommend checking that out. And I want to give a special thanks to Leanne, to Steve, and to Lisa for allowing me to share what's working for them with you here, because these are incredible strategies, guys, that most web designers are not doing. It will really separate you from everyone else, and you can get out of that feast and famine, constant cycle of trying to find new client after new client by just re-engaging with your current clients. And I'm telling you, once you get to a dozen or 2 dozen clients, you can get to 6 figures and multi-6 figures just by doing some of these strategies. So implement at least one of these. Let me know your favorite below, and then check the link below to the full podcast episode that has more. And these, I should say, are all members of Web Designer Pro, my coaching community. So if you'd like to meet Lisa and Steve and Leanne and have me coach you directly and to figure out the strategy that works best for you, make sure to join my community, Web Designer Pro. The link will be below for you. And then we can do this together and figure out the right strategy that works for you. All links below. Enjoy, friends.